Hello everyone, this week we're talking about transportation. So today we're gonna make our own car. This car is totally functional, so it's gonna go like around by itself, and the thing that it's gonna be the thing that makes it go by itself is this rubber band right here. So to make this car, the first thing that we're gonna need is a cardboard square. This square has to be longer and wider than our straws. So we're gonna tape our straws to either side of to both sides of the cardboard, and we're gonna use tape for this. So we're gonna take the tape like this. Like that. We're gonna tape it. Like this. So it's gonna look like this. Then the next thing that we're gonna do is on one of the sides we are gonna cut a square over here. It's gonna be 1 inch by 1 inch, so you're gonna need a ruler. So the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna measure. You can measure it and mark it so it's easier to cut it. So I'm gonna make a line that's 1 inch by 1 inch, 1 inch long and 1 inch wide. It's gonna look like a square. So the square is gonna look like this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this square including the straw. It's gonna be a little bit hard to do so, but you gotta be a little bit patient. So it's gonna look a lot like this. So after we do that, we're gonna take our wooden skewers and we're gonna pass them through the straws. So we're gonna do that on both sides, both of the straws, like this. So it's gonna look like that. After we do that, we're gonna take pieces of sponge and we're gonna put them on either side. The easiest way to do this is taking out the wooden skewer and passing the sponges through them like this. This side is gonna be like a little bit pointy, so that makes it a lot easier. So what I did is I passed it through, put it all the way back, then put it back again in the straw, making sure that the sponge is almost all the way through, and taking the other one and passing it again through the same wooden skewer. Like this. So in the end it's gonna look like that. And we do the same thing on the others with the other wooden skewer. So we pass it first through the sponge, put it all the way back, then pass it through the straw, and put the other piece of sponge in there. And now it's gonna look like this. So after we're done with that, we're gonna take our CDs or DVDs, which are going to be our wheels, and we're gonna pass them through here, and we're gonna make sure that the sponge goes through the hole of the CD or DVD like this. So we're gonna do that on either side, all the sides actually. So we're gonna do the same thing with the back, or this is actually the front, where it has the square that we cut. It's gonna be a little bit wobbly at first, and to fix that we are gonna put tape on it. So when we're done with putting the wheels through the sponge, the CDs like this, we are gonna put tape all around it so it stays in place. So we're gonna do the same thing on the front of them and in the back of them, just so the sponges and everything stay in place. This is gonna make the car stand up by itself easier. So I got the first one. You can also roll it around to keep putting the pieces like this. It's gonna make it so much easier. And when you put more and more tape around the sponges and the CDs, you're gonna notice that the car is gonna be more stable. Like this. So now we see that this side is more stable than the other side, and everything moves together. So the sponges and the skewer and everything moves together. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay. So now that we have this, we can see that our car is way more stable now, and it can roll around much better. So now that we have our car, we're gonna go back to so we're gonna take our rubber band and we're gonna pass it through the wooden skewer on the side that has the slit on it. Good. And put it like this. Just make a hook through it. Then after that, you can put some tape on it to tape the rubber band to the skewer, so it doesn't so it's a little bit tighter. So now after that, we're gonna cut a slit in the middle of the cardboard over here. So I do this way. Slit like this, like a line. Okay, so after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the paper clip and we're gonna open it a little bit so our paper clip goes through the slit that we just made. So we hook it up just like this, like this. So only like a little side of the paper clip is there. So now we're gonna take our rubber band and we're gonna pass it through the side of the paper clip. So after that, all we have to do is we're gonna wind up the skewer with the rubber band. And then when we let it go, it will go. Mine fell, but I'll just do the same thing again. Okay. So I'm gonna put it on the other side. I'm gonna do the same thing again. So now it's pretty much ready to go. Okay, so I moved the clip a little bit further away and let's see what happens.